Anyone who understands macroeconomics should already know this. The so-called three engines driving the economy are actually investment, consumption, and imports and exports. Among these three engines, it's now quite difficult to boost investment because the downturn in real estate investment has also led to a decline in fixed asset investment. Government investment is also currently in a downward phase. Imports and exports aren't particularly impressive either. Our foreign trade is highly developed, with a very high global market share. If I recall correctly, we account for a significant portion of the world's total. So, for China's foreign trade, there's not much room left for further deepening, expansion, or increasing market share. Opportunities are limited and challenges are significant. So what can we rely on? We rely on consumption. Actually, there are two very important factors. The first is consumption. Now, in overseas markets, emerging countries, market economies, and developed economies, companies like Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, and many others, including many chip companies today, are actually all serving consumer electronics and, essentially, serving consumption. As Kant said, people are the end and technology is the means. All technological inventions and advancements, their progress, iteration, and updates are ultimately applied in the consumer market, becoming products or services for consumption. This improves living standards, creates greater consumer welfare, and provides more consumer surplus, which, in economic terms, is called consumer surplus. So, from this perspective, technology and consumption are not in opposition. It's easy to pick consumption against technology, thinking technology is trendy while consumption is old-fashioned, and to say they're unrelated. However, technology and consumption are two sides of the same coin. As I mentioned, people are the goal, technology the means. This is very important.
I think I noticed this issue by observing it from the perspective of this phenomenon. For example, in the current primary market, everyone is rushing to invest in technology while consumption isn't getting as much attention.
Current policies are not friendly toward consumer-oriented companies. As I mentioned, in recent years, the A-share capital market hasn't performed well. What I dislike is the emphasis on technology content of companies. In fact, all these phenomena together have created a situation where technology and consumption are pitted against each other, forcing the market to choose. People are the ultimate goal. Technology is not the goal. Technology is a means. Human well-being is the real objective. This is something Kant once said, without consumption, technology actually has no market. If there is no consumer market, then what about our chips, or even our Huawei? Where would we even apply them? In fact, China is the country best positioned for a dual engine of technology and consumption because we have the world's largest unified single market. Thirdly, we share the same culture, ancestry, language, and legal system. As our technology improves, our consumption will gradually move from lagging to leading. During the process of consumption development, technology gains vast application scenarios, provides a rich consumer experience, and generates massive amounts of consumer data which enhance market insight and drive tech iteration through consumption. So you see, companies like Alibaba, Tencent, and Pinduoduo are considered representative enterprises even in the US. Why can they become global enterprises, even referred to as economic entities? It's because they are built within China, the world's largest unified market. They have the support of the market and the population. They are driven by desires for a better life and need for survival. And of course, there are also opportunities. These opportunities are tremendous for them. That's why we say that companies like Alibaba, Tencent, Pinduoduo, and Douyin can emerge in China. They developed here because China has such a massive user base. Our social media market is well developed and iterates quickly, and ordinary people really enjoy these formats, which gives media companies huge opportunities for growth. This is called turning imports into exports and exports into domestic sales. Secondly, we shouldn't see them as opposed because consumption provides a larger market, a broader platform, and more opportunities for technology and also supports technological development. It creates many jobs and generates large tax revenue.